another edition of Wrestling with Attitude from Charlotte, North Carolina, the best wrestling podcast out there today. With your host, the intellectual savior of the masses, The Summit.
If we have any 6'5" women that are interested, Steven Singleton, our D-Generation 6, Bo Generation.
And the mouth of the Carolinas, Little Steven.
Don't be talking to the 18-day champion like that. Bo, conversationalist person. Bo, horrible.
The former 6-month champ, the melting pot, JP.
Just go back and do that, RVD. Go back to Philadelphia. I'm sure there's a bingo hall. You could sweep the floors, give the old ladies another marker.
Little Steve. And this man makes Wrestling Attitude live to his standards. Dirty Dutch.
I mean, I liked watching Justin Gabriel until he got whooped by Goldberg. You ruined my core.
Yeah. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and Spreaker.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and tweet us at WWA Show. Wrestling with Attitude. And welcome back to Wrestling with Attitude.
What's up?
I am your host, the mouth of the Carolinas, Little Steven, and the guy on top of that mountain with the goats and the sunshine and the other stuff that I don't really care about, The Summit.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Periscope. What's up, JoJo?
Up, Periscope?
Yeah, Periscopians. Hey, JoJo's out there. What's up, JoJo?
Is that what we're calling them?
Yeah,
Periscopians?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Welcome to the show this week. Make sure if you're watching, follow us on Twitter at WWA Show so you can catch all the news of wrestling and everything else going on.
And we have a lot of news.
We do. We got a lot of news. A lot of good news, some bad.
A little bad.
But yeah, a lot of good news going on. If you got anything you want to talk about right now, this is a segment. Let's talk about it. Wrestlers you like going on in WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, anywhere you want to talk about it. Let's talk about it now. The first bit of news I'm going to share is David Richards actually tweeted out, if anyone's looking to book Eddie Edwards and him and I, please get with us. We cannot accept indie bookings after May 1st. So head that where you want to. Either they're going back to TNA, which they're at TNA right now, or that means they're going to NXT, 1 to 2. And if you don't know who they are, they're the Wolves.
Do you want to see them in NXT?
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah.
They're an incredible tag team.
No, it's not that. I think they're great, but I think it would just we won't see them for a while if they go to NXT. That's what I'm afraid of.
You'll see them in NXT. That's all.
But I like their concept already. I feel like we won't get to see the Wolves in WWE. It won't be the same.
Well, first of all, it's not because tag team wrestling is not the same.
Yeah.
So,
but that's what I'm afraid of because they are.
I'd rather see them in NXT and not see them at all.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that. I don't know.
I mean, I would rather see them there than not see them in WWE.
Yeah.
Because in TNA, and there might be some great things, TNA put back beer money, and they're the current champions right now. So they could wrestle each other and have a great match.
You have two guys that haven't been together for a while.
2011.
Are now your current tag team champions.
No, the Wolves are your tag team champions. Okay? I ain't say beer money was tag team champions. I was saying you can have a great rivalry between them and beer money.
You could.
So, that's where it looks like they're headed.
Okay.
Some other news. Vince McMahon ends Tyler Breeze's push. Tyler Breeze going from NXT, WWE NXT main roster, NXT WWE. Triple H reportedly really wanted to protect Breeze and saw him as a heel on the level of Dolph Ziggler. Vince McMahon agreed and started Breeze at that level, but then wasn't convinced and ended the push immediately. That's the reason you haven't seen Tyler Breeze lately.
So that's what happened.
Yep.
So he got basically what happened to Neville. He's going to be a jobber.
Yep.
See, and this is what worries me about bringing up all these other guys. You know, I mean, Kevin Owens broke the mold, but everyone else, I don't know. Sami Zayn comes up, is he going to be good? Is Finn Balor going to be good? I mean, it just depends on how they decide to push them, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, the problem with this is you have Vince needs to step away.
Yeah.
And say, Triple H, I trust you.
And he
and
won't.
Well, you don't know, dude. I mean, maybe it doesn't look like it right now, but hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully they will.
Okay.
Some more news. Former WWE star Gangrel talks about original member for the Brood. Gangrel appeared on the Roman show and said Christian was not in the original plans of the Brood.
Okay.
Oh, welcome back, Judah. And was supposed to be a former TNA star. Edge was in the beginning. He said in an interview, originally a guy from Canada. Jeez. And the guy who was in TNA, Chris Daniels was in the lead. Where out of nowhere, Chris came in, Edge got Chris in. Christian. It was supposed to be Edge, Christopher Daniels, and Gangrel.
Who was Christopher Daniels? That's
the Fallen Angel. He was in TNA.
Oh,
he was into TNA for a while. Now he's with Kazarian in Ring of Honor.
Okay.
So, but the original member was supposed to be Christopher Daniels. I'm so glad they didn't do that.
Yeah,
because, well,
nah.
Yeah,
What?
I'm trying to finish.
Okay, Finn.
Christian would have been left out in the cold, and Edge and Christian would never happen. It would have been Chris and Chris, or Edge and Chris, and not the same. So I'm glad they didn't do that.
I don't know about that though, because of their history. Though those two, grew up together. I think Christian would have came in, but it wouldn't have been the same.
It wouldn't have been the same.
It would have been the same, yeah. But
they wouldn't have been tag team like that.
Yeah,
dude, it wouldn't have been a tag team like that. Come on, really?
I don't know. I mean, they had past together. I mean, they had, they were friends forever. So I could see, when Edge got, some steam, be like, oh, hey, can I bring in my friend Christian? He's a great wrestler. And then, he just shows up out of nowhere.
Do you really think they would have done that, though?
I don't know.
I didn't see that happening. That wouldn't have happened, dude. It wouldn't have been the same impact. Is my point.
Yeah.
Because Edge and Christian broke off with the Hardys and they started having great matches.
Yeah.
If Christian wasn't there at the time, they wouldn't have broke off and had those matches. Christopher Daniels was not as good as Christian. I mean, just in the ring, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Some other news: Sting is the first inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. Ric Flair is rumored to be the one that's going to put him in.
Wow. Okay.
So,
I'm fine with that.
What do we think about Daniel Bryan? Well, JoJo, Daniel Bryan is a solid mid-card guy to me. He is a solid U.S. Intercontinental Champion, even a tag team champion. But world champion, no. I don't buy Daniel Bryan beating these guys. And the beating he's took on his body, he's going to have to change his style if he comes back.
Yeah.
He's going to have to change it some. So, I mean, that's my thoughts on Daniel Bryan.
I mean, he needs to be a tag team wrestler. We talked about it before. He needs to change his style and become a tag team wrestler for a little while. Get him back into, I don't ever want to see him as world heavyweight champion again.
No, he doesn't.
And no offense to that. He's a good wrestler, but he's not world heavyweight champion material.
No, he's a B-plus player.
But he's a great intercontinental. I would love to see him as intercontinental. He was good.
No, I don't think they should fire him.
No.
I think they should use him where he's needed to be used, which is the IC belt, the U.S. championship, and the tag title championships like we're talking about. But no, I wouldn't fire him. You shouldn't put him in the main event. There's other guys on that roster should be WWE champion before him.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose is one. Kevin Owens is another. Those guys are better than he is. I mean,
Yeah.
just overall.
Yeah, don't fire him. I mean, he makes too much money. They
Well,
make
no,
they
it's
make a
not the
lot of money off.
They
of him.
make yes, and you don't use them.
Yeah.
but you need to have him where he fits best. That's where he
Yeah.
fits best. If you want to bring back another championship, sure, give him the World Heavyweight Championship. Some other wrestling news: Gallows and Anderson, who they just got from Japan, will make their debut in NXT in March. So you probably won't see them until March as a tag team.
That's
And
fine.
they will be in TNA or NXT. TNA is looking to spend more money after signing James Storm and Mike Bennett, so we'll see what happens. And after 2 weeks in a row, the ratings on Pop have gone up each week. There's some actually good matches going on. EC3 is actually killing it right now. They're getting ready to turn him face. Matt Hardy's getting ready to turn heel. They're doing a double heel face. They're doing a double turn. Tyrus is joining EC3, or not EC3. He's joining Matt Hardy because they're going to do a career versus title match, and Matt Hardy's going to win. EC3 is going to turn face, and Matt Hardy's going to turn heel.
That's stupid.
Personally, I don't think any of the Hardys should be in the World Heavyweight Championship matches. I understand why you're doing it because they got Mike Bennett. I'm telling you right now, Mike Bennett and EC3 need to fight for that World Heavyweight Championship. You need to let the young guys run in that company and run a rivalry for 4 to 6 months. Every week, that's the two we need to see on the main event. Don't spread it out. Them two, letting them run with the titles.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Even
with you.
Brim. I would add Brim into the
You
mix.
put Brim in there?
I would not let anybody that's held the belt at least 3 times, I wouldn't put them in a title match again. I'm talking about, I love Bobby Roode and I love James Storm. I ain't letting them touch the World Heavyweight title right now.
Yeah. Well, they don't need to touch the heavyweight title. Keep them as a tag team, keep them doing what they're doing.
JoJo, AJ Styles signed a contract with WWE. So did Nakamura from New Japan. So did Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, who's a tag team. So all 4 of them will be in NXT WWE.
Yeah.
Now, I will say AJ Styles will be in the Royal Rumble. He will be in that Royal Rumble, I believe. Not only is the Royal Rumble, coming up soon, but it's also in Orlando, Florida. That's where TNA shoots all their stuff.
Ooh.
So why not let him debut where he was originally?
You're probably going to see a lot of TNA stars in the
NXT
NXT stars in the Royal Rumble.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Bully Ray. Not Bubba Ray. Bully Ray in the Rumble. Because they're talking about switching him away from Devon, which they need to. I mean, it's time.
What do you mean it's time?
It's time to do away with the Dudley Boys. Because they're not winning the tag team belts.
They're
not doing anything else. Devon can't keep going. Bubba Ray changed his whole character in TNA to this Bully Ray character, and he killed it. He knocked it out of the box when he was the leader of Aces and Eights. So, rumor that WrestleMania 32 as the main event is Roman Reigns versus Triple H. Right now, that's what they got in plans. Lesnar and Undertaker will not be fighting each other at Mania. So who's going to fight Lesnar and who's going to fight the Undertaker? The rumor is Undertaker will be facing a number 1 heel. Lesnar will be facing a babyface or a heel, ever who's the best opponent at the time. Okay. But those are the confirmed matches so far.
All right, because I'm a little afraid of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Just like they're foreshadowing it, and I don't like it.
They won't do it again. They did it last year at WrestleMania.
But they'll do it at Fastlane.
That's different. Doing it at Fastlane is different.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna screw over Lesnar.
Yeah, and that's gonna be his opponent at WrestleMania.
And like I've said, if it's me, Triple H is making a phone call and getting Batista to come out at Fastlane.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's
would
good.
Do that.
It's a good plan.
I mean, because Lesnar and Batista match up really well.
Yeah.
There's nobody on this roster right now that matches up with Lesnar.
Yeah.
Sheamus, I mean, no, dude. I don't want to see Sheamus and Lesnar at WrestleMania.
That's not good enough for me.
No, and it's not good enough for. Now, I will say this: for Sheamus and Lesnar at WrestleMania, it's good enough for European, like international stars, because you will have a lot of international people that come over to see Sheamus.
Yeah.
That come over to see Finn Balor.
But not against Lesnar.
Well, you ain't going to put Finn Balor against Lesnar anyway.
See, you just said the perfect thing right there, but it will never happen.
Who?
Finn Balor and Sheamus.
Well,
have them.
Oh, you mean
versus
them
each other.
fighting each other? Maybe at some
Come
point.
on.
Maybe at some, let them join the League of Nations. Replace Batista. Now, JoJo just said a great one. I agree with you. I love to see Kevin Owens and Lesnar. That might happen.
Yeah, someone said that to me the other day. I don't like it.
I do.
Because I feel that Owens would have to change his he wouldn't be able to be too fast. Like when we saw him in PWX versus Matt Hardy, he had to change
his style.
And I feel he'd have to change his style against
I disagree
him.
because Matt Hardy is not Brock Lesnar.
No, but Brock Lesnar, I don't know. I just feel that he would have to change his style with Brock Lesnar.
He would have to get beat up by Lesnar.
Yeah, and
I don't care for that.
I don't either.
But I do like the match. I mean, I do like Kevin Owens versus Lesnar. If you don't do it, that's who you got to do it. I mean, because unless you put Kevin Owens against Undertaker, and that ain't happening, I don't think. I mean, you could, but
he's kind of the top heel right now.
He is well, all the injuries, Bray Wyatt's it. But you got to put Bray Wyatt against somebody.
I don't want to see Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt part
Maybe
2.
Bray Wyatt and Lesnar.
Or it could be like what we were talking about, Strowman versus Undertaker. No. I know you don't want to see
not
it.
Not yet, dude. Strowman's not strong enough.
Nah.
Now, if Strowman wins the Royal Rumble,
maybe.
But then he's the heavyweight champion. You don't want to give him the belt.
You don't want to do that.
Some other news. We'll think about the Lesnar Undertaker opponents. There are talks of adding Sister Abigail to the Wyatts again. And they're getting more serious.
Are they going to finally do it?
If you haven't seen, they're talking about adding Bray Wyatt's sister to the family.
Okay.
Who, she looks so much alike. If you haven't seen, there she is.
Whoa.
That's Sister Abigail.
All right.
I mean, her name's not really Abigail, but yeah.
Well, it is now.
But you could put her in the feud.
Yeah, that would work.
Some other wrestling news we have. The Rock is working on a Baywatch movie during WrestleMania.
Next.
For the people that have always wanted to see a Baywatch movie, it is coming to your theater.
So we're going to see Pamela Anderson and Hasselhoff make cameos in a Baywatch movie.
Probably.
That's what I really want to see.
Thank you, Rock. And last but not least, WrestleMania 33 will be held, supposedly, in Orlando, Florida.
Again?
Well, I mean, where's the Royal Rumble at?
Yeah, no. But, I mean, again? Mm-hmm. I mean, we've already been there. Can't we go somewhere else that we haven't been?
We could.
I mean, that has nothing to do with come here to Charlotte, because that'll never happen. But can we not go to, I don't know,
Can we go to Portland, Oregon?
Yeah. I mean, come on, they got a big stadium there.
But anyway, that's all your wrestling news this week.
No. Well, at least they're not doing Madison Square Garden again, but they can't do it anymore.
Right.
Because they can't fit enough people. So, all right. Well, that's good. Good wrestling news.
That's it?
I mean, the only thing I have a problem with is the whole Undertaker stuff. Like, I mean, I get it. He has to wrestle one more match.
What you got a problem with?
Who is it going to be? Because I don't want to see it be Kevin Owens, because then we already know the outcome. Kevin Owens is going to lose.
Well, no matter what, you know the outcome.
I know, and that's why I don't look forward to the match.
I mean, if you got the Undertaker, at least I look forward to the match more against Kevin Owens than I do Braun Strowman.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, Strowman match would be horrible, absolutely garbage. Undertaker's got to fight somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you look at this roster, Chicago for WrestleMania 33, I don't know, man. They might do Chicago.
Chicago would be cool, man.
Chicago's always great.
Yeah.
For WrestleMania.
Have they ever had Chicago?
Yes.
WrestleMania?
Yeah, many times.
Oh.
2 or 3, I think. I know last time I remember 22. Big time.
Okay, but it's been a while.
Because CM Punk was in the car.
I thought that was Detroit.
No, that was Chicago.
Was that Chicago?
I
Okay.
thought- no, you're right. It's Detroit.
Because it said Motor City.
Yeah, you're right. It's Detroit.
Okay.
But they did have it in Chicago before.
But-
But no, they should have it. You know, Undertaker's got to fight somebody. I mean, you know, and there's really nobody else for him to fight. You ain't going to fight Dolph Ziggler. You're not going to fight Tyler Breeze. Del Rio, no. I mean, dude, there's not options. Everybody's hurt right now, too.
I mean, I don't know what you do.
Finn Balor?
No. It's too early.
No. Here, the only way you could do Finn Balor is if he wins the Rumble. Or he comes in the Rumble and he's one of the last 4 in. Then the next night on Raw, you have him show up with The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Then you could do it. It's not too early. It makes perfect sense to me because you will have the Dead Man versus
The Demon.
the Demon.
Yeah.
Okay. And at some time, and wasn't Kane the Demon's son?
Yeah, no.
David-
the
Demon's
devil's
favorite child?
favorite demon.
Okay.
So he was technically the demon.
He was
but-
he was Demon or Demon's son.
Yeah, the demon. I don't know.
Okay, so does that make Finn Balor the Demon's son, which would make it Kane's father?
I don't know.
I mean, could we do that? Can we have him as Kane's? I mean, come on, do it. Ties in.
no.
And then they're all related. He's like his long lost brother. You know, he's Undertaker's long lost nephew.
I mean, the other person I was thinking of, but it would make no sense.
Who?
Would be Austin Aries if you brought him in.
Oh, don't worry, I'm confused too. Austin Aries. Look, I would love Austin Aries being, and that is one thing that's been really secret lately. I've not heard anything from Austin Aries. We haven't seen him. He's not been on TNA. He's not been. The last time we saw anything of Austin Aries, he was at NXT.
Yeah.
Backstage. That's the last thing I've heard from Austin
Which is
Aries.
good. That means
Which
they're
is
keeping it
huge.
wrapped.
I will tell you, if he shows up at the Royal Rumble with AJ Styles, oh my goodness, the roof will blow off the building.
Because AJ Styles is confirmed, but they never confirmed
Well,
Austin Aries, have they?
He's not confirmed. People are still saying it's rumors and stuff, but he's not going anywhere else but in WWE.
Who, Austin Aries?
No, AJ Styles.
Well, AJ Styles is going.
Yeah, AJ Styles.
He's signed a contract. He's going.
I mean, we have not seen the contract, so we don't know.
No.
But everything we've heard is done deal.
But you put him with Austin Aries.
Well, you got to put them together.
No, but them two come out at the Royal Rumble. You know how amazing that would be?
Well, it's in Orlando, too. Like I said, that's where TNA's home base is at. I'd say do it.
Yeah.
So,
Or
but
heck,
there's-
maybe this is all a ruse with James Storm getting re-signing with TNA, and then he comes out at the Royal Rumble out of nowhere.
Right.
I don't think that would happen.
But if you look at the roster right now, the roster's hurting. John
It
Cena's
is.
out. Cesaro's out. You got everybody's injured right now. Mm-hmm. You got Chris Jericho. And let me say this about Jericho. This feels like the most lackluster Chris Jericho return I've ever seen.
We'll get into that later.
And we'll talk about that on Raw, but it's very lackluster. I'm so tired of this storyline already.
You are?
Yeah, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
He comes back and is facing New Day.
I know.
What you got to do with New Day?
Nothing. It's just because they can talk. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
And when we come back, for next show, I want us to talk about Chris Jericho and back of the bus comment he made.
All right.
We'll talk about that.
Well, guys, thanks for listening to Wrestling with Attitude. You can catch us anywhere, but also make sure to check out WrestlingWithAttitude.com. Like us on Facebook. Look at us on Twitter at WWA Show and Periscope as well.
We'll talk about it later. Oh.